I talked to Reggie a little while ago, and he said that Thorntown has donated to them some air pack equipment that matches what they've got. So we've been able to push out replacing it by another year because now they have pieces of parts to fix things. Because you couldn't get repair parts, but now the Thorntown's giving them spare
You outlived your
parts.
career.
They think they can make it all work for at least another year. So I thought that was good news.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should sit next to her or not.
Oh, stop it. You're on video, just so you know.
You know, I got secret.
Stop it. That's so sweet.
So,
Pretty good.
Not bad.
Just a little harder.
Have to separate them. Ron, you come here and sit.
Since it's running, you want to start? Call this meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Additions or corrections to the minutes of the last meeting?
I didn't see anything.
I didn't see anything this time, Mike.
Do I have a motion to approve that?
Make a motion to approve the minutes as there's, says it's been.
I will second that. Motion been made and second to approve minutes of the last meeting as presented. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Publication of claims. I went through the claims yesterday. They look good, so I make a motion, we pay the claims as presented.
Second that.
Motion been made and second to pay claims. Those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Department reports, anything not already on the agenda? Utilities?
The only thing that's not something to put out, the back truck's got a busted brake line, so that's why we aren't picking up any leads right now. I mean, it's getting fixed, but
Who's fixing it? Reggie?
Travis,
Travis.
Travis.
Okay.
You guys don't want to go out there with like shovels and garbage bags.
You got a time frame,
That'll be the
Donnie?
next thing probably.
Huh? No time frame?
He said we could pay more if we want to move up on the list, but I said no. 'Cause I don't like picking up leads anyway. To be honest with you. Yeah.
That all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing else? Bubba?
We had Crawfordsville come and look at some projects this week, so they're gonna get a material list and stuff like that, and list, I think there's about 6 or 7 different things we're gonna have them do.
The same stuff we had him to look at.
Legal not present, law enforcement not present, engineer not present.
Do we have a schedule for law enforcement for Kristen, and I know Mike works so many days straight.
Mike usually works when he's not at the
Right,
fire station.
you're right.
Ryan, we never know. And Christian, I don't know, he's working until I see a timesheet. So you have to talk, if you want to schedule, you have to talk to Mike and see if he can.
Okay.
Concerns from the public? Yes, sir.
Daryl Holt.
Yeah.
Tree trimming, where are we at on that contract?
I think it said,
They're gonna be here basically till the first of the year.
it was only a small percent that we paid, I don't have it with me, but I just did a claim that was,
10,000.
yeah, so I think the bid was for 90, so we're,
It's gonna be a while.
Well, I was just wondering, cause they're hop, skip and jump all over town and I
They're
know when
doing,
they was over trimming in my area, they backed into
a dead alley. That one frickin' tree, you just can't even see the power pole after the next power pole for the trees, and they ain't marked. Behind Mike Johnson. Oh, there's no power. Power lines that run right through the trees, the power lines. I got pictures. I don't think there's any power that goes down through there though. It goes all the way down to Baldwin Street. I don't think it's power, Daryl. There's power. The power stops at the very next pole of Mike Johnson's yard.
Where that fire was, or that stuff that lit on fire?
There's no power past that. I don't believe so. When did they take it down? When did they stop it there? That's why, it's between Foster, where it comes from. Archer and Cherry. Okay, well, I just want to make sure. I don't believe there's any more actual power. That's still an alley.
Well, they're coming at the end. The head guy will come at the very end and do a drive route with us. And
Yeah, well, when they was marking, I asked them because one tree out behind my house is laid in the power lines for.
Can we do this?
And it depends on what kind of power it is. I know the power lines. If it's not if it's just secondary, some of that, they're not touching. If it's an actual, like,
So how do you get it out of the secondary?
1,000-volt stuff, or whatever.
My question is, how do you get it out of the secondary? Because there's like 9 houses on one transformer.
And, yep.
I damn sure don't want the transformer that's on the pole behind my house blowing up because. That's the only question.
Can you show him the pictures after the meeting, Daryl, and then?
He
It
may
sounds
be
like
right, because when the power was out a couple years ago for the week,
Yeah, that one tree limb fell on it.
that one tree limb was laying on the power lines, and I didn't realize the power lines stopped
I
and
think-
moved
I
at
think
that
it
point.
stops right there.
And Mint City's here till January, you said?
That's what they're talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And, but you're gonna drive a route with them?
They are just driving around hitting different places.
Yeah,
the
it's
ones
hit and miss.
the ones that just have a single dot, it's a light trim. The ones that have a single dot or 2 dots is a heavier trim.
And an X is
An
removed.
X is a total removal. A dot and an X makes safe get it go down below the power line. So it's all over the place.
It's hit and miss.
It is, yes, it is.
But you can take a look at what he's talking about.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Either, okay. Is that good, Daryl?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I didn't I know the
Yeah.
power used to,
Yeah, it
because
used to
when
go
my
down.
daughter lived on Sycamore, the power went out and she'd be like, is your power out? No.
Yeah.
The tree limbs are in the power lines, and it'd blow a fuse all the time, so. But obviously, they've addressed that and moved the power lines. Could be why I couldn't see the power lines in the picture.
Yeah,
They
go
got
with that.
super zoomed on.
You have anything?
Moving on to old business, fire territory update.
I'll come up there.
Yeah.
Easier. Alright. Okay.
Can you state your name and your
I
office?
can.
Thanks, Amy.
Yes, Amy Keating, Clark Township trustee. All right. Amy and I had been talking about the fire territory and just kind of little items that we need to kind of be aware of. I went ahead and I brought a few things though today for you guys to take and review. This is, I just got this from the our attorney for the fire territory.
Oh, okay. This is what we went through last summer?
Yes.
Okay.
This is, and you know, take it, look it over, but this is the interlocal agreement that'll be part of the public hearings and the adoption. This is setting out the rules and guidelines between the town and the township to form the territory. So feel free to look this over, let me know, let Ron know, you know, part of the committee, whatever. If you have any questions, anything in red, I've talked to them and asked them to remove, because when we met as a committee, those are items that we did not want in
Right.
there. So, so that's for you to look over. I just got that. this is a proposed timetable. But, okay, don't give you one. All right. This is a proposed timetable with Baker and Tilly for what's going on, the public hearings. And we've kind of talked about this, and I think Amy's informed you of the dates. And I've put together my own little schedule here for you guys. Convenient schedule of how things will operate. But basically this shows you we're on schedule with everything with the territory. The first publication will be in December. Our attorney will be handling that, or Baker and Tilly. They've got their own jobs that they handle, but they have them handling all that. Then our first public hearing will be on January 12th. If you look at this schedule, then I've got it on there too. Basically showing on this one, these are joint meetings between the town and the township. So we have to have a quorum for each. So 2 out of 3 for both of us must attend. They're going to be at the fire station at 7 p.m. So those have all been confirmed with Baker Tilly, our attorney, my board, your board. So we need to make sure that each one of our boards has a quorum there. The notices, again, will be published, so we don't have to, but I'm probably going to publish it. I will probably ask you to hang this up here at the library just to have it covered. And then down below, you will see what I propose for the new fire committee board to meet next year if approved. Okay, so the fire, let's say it's all approved, we are going forward. We have to have, within 45 days of adoption, we have to have an organizational meeting. So I put that down as March 16th. And then I kind of went through, okay, we need to do the budget, because the board's going to have to do their budget before it comes to the township. So this is what I propose going for next year, and probably every year after, that there should be about 5 meetings of that board each year. Now, that doesn't mean that there can't be a meeting called and added in, but this is what I propose is legally needed for us to get the job done. So to keep it to around 5 and then add on as necessary. Reason I bring that up too is and this is I think the reason Amy wanted me to talk about this, is that next year, so you will have 2 representatives on your board. It's Ron and you'll read in the interlocal, it says it can be 2 board members. It has to be at least one of your board members, and then it can be a representative. Same thing is put with us also. So next year, those people that you put on that board will be attending at least 5 meetings. We, as a township board, have discussed that additional responsibility for our board member, and we have decided that for every meeting that that board member attends, we're going to pay them in addition to their normal salary, because it's 5 additional meetings, than the normal. So we put into, and we'll be putting into our December salary ordinance for next year, line item that says fire territory board appointee, and it will be so much per meeting. Now, ours is $167 per meeting, and how we came up with that is we took their annual salary divided by the number of meetings that we typically had, and came up with an amount that we normally pay our board members per meeting. So, and that will need to come out of your own budget. And again, this is a decision you guys will need to make if you are going to pay or you're not going to pay. That's what I relate to Amy. I just want you guys to be aware that you can, or you can opt not to. We opted to pay our board members so much per meeting attended, and we put it in there attended, because if you don't attend, you're not going to get paid. And then that will be for next year, and it will come out of your budget if you opt to do that. it will come out of your budget, because we don't really have a fire territory budget established until 27, again, assuming everything passes.
And then they'll pay their own, the territory will pay their own?
No.
After that year?
No.
No?
Okay, so in 27, we'll have a budget. And let's say you've got the 2 members on that committee. One is a board member, already paid by the town, and you opt to pay him again. The territory can't pay him because that's 2 lucrative offices. But you can opt to pay him, continue paying him through your own funds. Just letting you know, if you opt to do that, that will be 26, and going forward, that will continue to come out of your funds, okay, for a board member, because they're already paid. If your second board member is an appointee, okay, they're not a board member, they're not already paid by the town for anything, then again, you need to decide, are we gonna pay that person next year for attending those meetings? And you can put that in your salary ordinance. In 27 though, however, when they do the budget, that person can be paid by the territory because it wouldn't be 2 lucrative offices. Does that make sense? Okay.
But the appointee can be a non-elected official, the second.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's just a decision. I mean, we've already made the decision that our appointee will receive so much per meeting starting in 26, if it passes, and going forward, and we know that will be part of our budget, okay? It'll have to be part of our general operating budget going forward.
We need to find an appointee, a second one, pretty soon.
Right, probably by March 16th, you will need to have, when you read over the interlocal agreement, it kind of talks about that, I think, but you guys will need to make a decision, once the adoption is done, if it's adopted, we will know by February 16th. Okay, if it's fully adopted by February 16th, you need to come up with an appointee between the 16th of February and the 16th of March.
So they would the appointee be as a town employee and get a W-2, or would they get a 1099 as like a contractor? He's already on the,
Yeah,
he's on the payroll.
he's
so-
already on the payroll, so he's gonna be a W-2 automatically.
Right.
Good question. I will have to ask that question, because I am not sure. Not sure on that one. And the same question will be for the fire department, because the fire department situation will be, and I've already talked to Reggie about this. So in 26, according to the interlocal agreement, the fire chief will be part of the board, but a non-voting. And they will appoint someone to be a voting member of that board.
Mhm.
And if they want to pay that person, then they themselves will have to make that decision for 26 and pay out of their own funds. So probably that person will be a 1099. So if they're 1099, I'm gonna get yours would need to be a 1099.
Make it much easier.
Yes.
So on our second appointee, let's say, we go out, each of us find one candidate we think would be good at that, and they say, yeah, I'm interested. Do we have to bring them into a town meeting and then vote on them? As an appointee, or?
I would think has to be appointed by the board, so.
So, yeah, okay.
Because they're gonna represent you. They're another
Mhm.
representation, and they have to live within the town limits.
Right, they have to be, I remember you said that, they have to be
They have to live within the town.
actual
limits.
town citizen.
Right.
It'd be nice to pick somebody that actually has been on the fire department, or at least knows something about it. Yeah.
So that's the part on the, just preparing yourselves already this year for next year's budget on how you wanna handle those committee members. Other than that, if you look at this, March 16th, they'll have the organizational meeting. Then June 1st, that committee will meet to just start discussing the budget with the fire department. We'll sit down with the fire department and we'll start discussing what that real first budget's gonna look like, okay? And according to the interlocal, the actual July 1, the fire territory will be officially established, effective July 1. So what will probably happen on our side, because typically there's no money until 27, we at Clark Township will probably have all of the funds, bank accounts set up, or the funds set up, and transfer our money, which you will have given us. We'll just transfer it over. So the money you give us next year, the money we bring in next year, we will be transferring into the fire territory effective July 1. Whatever we have at the end of June 30th will then go into the fire territory, but our funds, and that's how we will have an operating amount starting July 1.
Okay.
The budget they'll be working on is 27, and that will be with the approved levy for the fire territory, which is, again, we're going through a hearing process, an adoption, a proposed, we will have a resolution that will propose our fire equipment fund, our accumulating fund to be 0.0333, which right now, that's what we have at the township level, is a fire, cumulative fire fund, which is 0.0333, which is similar to your cumulative development fund. So we know that rate, we know what will be coming in from that if approved. When you approve for the fire territory in January and February, you're approving kind of a proposed amount, but truly until the budget is adopted in the process in 26 for 27, there is no full amount. There's no true rate yet, okay? So, but there is a decision, there's one more decision that needs to be made, and I will leave this for you guys, and Ron can relay it to me, or, or we can meet again and we can discuss this. When the study was done, it was us and Walnut Township and New Ross, and it was $600,000 budget. They're not in it, so we assume we cut it in half. Okay, so the decision needs to be made. Do we cut it in half? Is it going to be 300,000? Is it going to be anything less than 300,000? And do we want to implement it all in 1 year or over 2 years? So we still kind of have some decisions to make, but we do need to make them fairly quick.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the implementing them over 1 year or 2. Kind of need to know your thought process on that. I will share with you the capital needs we know we have over the next 6 years. So it kind of gives you a little picture of the amounts needed based upon the equipment. And I've gone over this with Reggie. So our earliest need right now is a grass truck, which is 50 years old. Typically, it's a 30-year life expectancy, and we've nursed it for 50 years. We've got it out in 27, and there is about, if you go with a new one, there's a 2-year build.
Mm-hmm.
So some decisions may have to be made fairly quick in 26 to try to even get it in 27. So, but I talked to Reggie, we're looking at about a 350,000.
Question, the build on that, who are they getting that quote from?
I can't tell you off the top of my head.
There's 2 different companies out there and we've reached out to both.
So you're not like buying the truck and chassis from Ford, Chrysler, or Chevy, and then sending it to,
It's companies that actually build grass rigs, rescue trucks type things, fire apparatus.
why couldn't you go with a truck frame from one of the 3 big names and then send it to I know
Because
there's
that costs you more money.
It'll cost more money?
Yes, it
Okay, that's
does.
what I was after. All right, thank you. Sorry, Amy.
To
No,
be-
that's all right. Those are good questions. I don't
To
have
be
answers to those.
NFPA certified, it costs a shitload of money, and you can thank our government for that, and that's just all there is to it. I mean, the grass truck we got now, the guys built years ago. So,
Thank you, Daryl. I didn't have those answers.
and another thing, Amy, have you publicized the actual meeting, public meeting dates?
No.
Okay.
Why?
Well, you might need to, for the public meetings
Oh, yeah.
that are at the fire station, make sure you get those out. Because
Well, yeah, there's a whole
January's coming-
process to it.
January's coming.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's a whole process. Yes, thank you. So I put this together so you can kind of see, these are the capital needs, these are the big ticket. When the money's coming in, that's, this was one of the big reasons why we are even looking at fire territory. The total expense and, operating. So I wanted to put just together, just this little spreadsheet to kind of show you, here's the needs. These are the big ticket needs, through 2031, based upon what we have, what we foresee, okay? And what I wanted to do down below is kind of show you, okay, what do we have in our cumulative fire fund? And what will we have going forward with our cumulative equipment fund through a territory? So if you look at the bottom, it says CFF levy received from the county. Right now, it's 33,000. Okay, and in 25 is 33, 26 is 33. That's at 0.0333. When you go to a territory, it'll go to 45,000. Okay, so we go from 33 to 45 on that part. And then what I tried to do is say, okay, we're not spending any money, so let's accumulate. Where are we going to be? Well, you can see in 27, we're still negative 85,000. Okay, and then if you go on, you can see by the time we get to 31, we're negative 263,000. So we're going, how do you still fund that? Well, the other part of the fire territory is the 250,000 that we're talking about, or 300,000 for a general operating budget. That's where that money comes in, where we'll set a budget and say, okay, we need it for this operating, the salaries or whatever. But we can also have in there the capital, some additional capital money that we set aside. And then we're going to use it to offset the shortfall in the cumulative equipment fund. So, but I just wanted you to see, this is the kind of expenses we're looking at. So that maybe makes you, kind of, and I will prepare, I was working on some spreadsheets to kind of show if we did 300,000 in 27, what does it look like? If we do, 250,000, if we do 300, we spread it over 2 years and 250. I'm working on those. I just didn't have time to get them completely done for you today. But as soon as I get those done, I can share those, because I think that is helpful in making that determination. Because you can look at, okay, in 31, how are we going to fund and pay for these things that we know we're going to need, and the operating expenses, without being in a deficit and having some cash reserve. So I will have 4 different spreadsheets for you guys to look at that will show you how we will end 31. And you can make that best determination. I will say in all situations, scenarios, we are in the black in 31 in all situations that I run. It's just at what degree are you comfortable being in the black? That's the biggest determination. So.
And this second appointee from us, can they be on the fire department?
I
thought that we,
believe.
I don't think we can.
So,
Supposed to be.
I don't believe so.
But Amy was saying have been, it'd be, if we had somebody that
Good
had
idea.
been.
Or have knowledge of.
Yeah,
Or has
yeah.
knowledge about it.
Maybe
Okay.
if someone was a professional firefighter somewhere else, it would be able to-
Yeah.
they had knowledge.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So right now, like I said, everything's on schedule. your biggest decisions right now are if you're gonna pay or not pay your board members. And I will send over the spreadsheets, I'll probably get them done today, and send those over, and if you'll pass those around, and I'd be glad, if you got questions over them, I'd be glad to come in and answer whatever, by letting me know, what your preference is on the amount of the budget, and if we're going to just implement it all in one year, or spread it over two. But keep in mind, when making that decision, this is a one-time deal. One-time deal. If we go in at 250 and we go, oh crap, 10 years from now, we should have done 300, too late, you know what I mean? So, but you can also look and go, well, 250 is sufficient, 250 is gonna be sufficient. From my numbers, anything less than 250, it is not gonna work, and it's not worth going to a territory for, and it's not worth solving the issues that put us in this point. So I think 250, 300 is a decision point. So. Any other questions?
Thank you.
You are so welcome. You're welcome.
School request for closing park during recess. I think we need to table that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Dave suggested we table that.
Are you here representing the school? No,
No.
okay, sorry.
That's okay.
Making sure we explain why we're gonna,
Yeah,
hang out there
legal's still
till we get legal.
going back and forth.
Accidents at 125 West Washington Street.
I am here for that.
Yes.
Yes, I remember now.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
So the question is, what does the board decide as far as moving forward with that?
Did you guys go look at it to see if we told them, go ahead and put rocks wherever or what, at their cost?
It's his yard, it's right.
And it's not gonna be in your way though, utility wise, right?
I know right where the water line, I'm pretty 99% sure I know where the water line goes into his house, so that's, if you put rocks on either side of that, as long as we can get in there and shut that valve off, if anything happens, they can, put rocks all around your house, I don't care.
So rocks, what about ballards or anything like that?
It's your property,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
it's your
Okay.
property.
Yeah, I think he's
If
just
something
saying
would
that-
happen with your water line, easier it is
Yeah,
for
as
him to.
long as we can get into that water line, your sewer runs out to the alley.
Yeah.
And your electric comes in from the other way, so, as long as we can get to that water line, which is right off by the little like window that you see down in that basement.
Mm-hmm.
I just came and redone the meter not too long ago.
Yes, it did, yes.
As long as we can get to that property valve and that, you can put whatever you want on that side of your house right there.
I
Like
appreciate
I
that.
said, as long as you, I'm not gonna move it, I'm not mowing around, I'm not weeding
No,
around.
no.
You know,
Okay.
it's your property.
Okay. I know that we had to have permission because technically it's easement.
It is,
Just wanted to make
it's
sure.
a gray area right
Yeah.
there. but
Okay. Awesome.
We're not gonna come scream at you.
I appreciate
gates
it.
to the school?
Huh?
We
Then
own
we go back
one
to
through
the
three,
gate.
so.
The
on
gate.
other side,
The gates for the school.
Yeah,
okay.
Hang on,
yes.
what are you saying?
I was just
She wanted to
curious,
know
I
where
own
the
one
rocks were.
23 North Washington, so I was just asking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which side
Yeah.
are we talking? I'm your neighbor, I've been
Yes,
thinking
you
a lot.
Not the south side.
Oh, good.
So you're satisfied with that decision?
Yes,
You're
yes,
good
I
with
am.
it?
Yeah.
Okay. Another happy citizen.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Shannon's Park. I think we still got some,
That's
That's legal too, isn't it?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
still dealing with that, but,
We can, we probably could get some sort of map.
yeah.
Yeah, he didn't,
To
You
have
guys
them,
can talk to them.
have
those
them move
guys,
it to, the other location
and
that was
See where you want to be
discussed.
moved.
That would look better just coming from me if it was moved.
Yeah,
It's,
So we have a copy of the lease, which is $1, but it's all,
Yeah, it's all there, but we're still letting legal do whatever, but it just needs moved to that other spot.
Needs some adjustment. Yes.
Since we're talking about that shed being moved, and I'm fine with that too, would the town be against if we took it and moved it up? Basically, there's the pole with the transformer where all the wires used to run through, which we took the wires off and rerouted them. Robert's was looking into that. But up there's a pole in the parking lot, okay, right straight across from the school. What about putting it right behind that, right by the asphalt? And basically, you're gonna lose probably 2 parking spots, but, other than that, I'm kind of wondering where you're gonna put this.
how about down the other
I
end?
thought
by
there
that-
was
by
already
that
a
tree?
gravelled area that Dwayne was talking about last
Oh,
week,
maybe.
out by the big tree. So it's kind of
Not
out
the
of,
end,
yeah,
the east end.
Okay. Well,
yeah, cause he said something about it, it's like already gravel right there, so,
yeah, there's-
it could be
there's
moved over there, get out of the mud
there's
and out of the
gravel all
way
down
and-
through that part.
yeah.
Okay.
So we'll get that map, so we can,
Yeah.
or Dave will, or did he say?
Curbs
Yeah,
on,
so-
curbs on Main Street was a bank and post office.
You might get hold of them.
No, I haven't.
I think we're supposed to ask Ken about that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
what? What happened? I don't have a hearing aid.
Ken was gonna do it.
Who?
Ken.
Ken, yeah, he was,
Yeah.
he was looking at me, I don't know. She gave me the mom look.
Stink eye. Okay.
Comment about, yes,
I do have one other thing that, as far as the utilities, we're gonna meet with a guy tomorrow from the Alliance. He's gonna come down and talk to us about our CCR that we have to do redo part of. And then we have a teleconference or whatever you wanna call it. For the lead copper rule improvements, and this stuff it's coming, it's going.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be able to stop it. So we're gonna I'm gonna sit through that tomorrow. And then on the December meeting, I will have information as to when, we're gonna need to start taking the galvanized and the old lead lines are gonna have to come out of the ground, and so I just wanted to throw that out there too, that this is coming down the pipe, and it's probably gonna be ugly for a couple of years on our streets, but it's gonna have to happen, so just want to throw that out there.
any other comments?
Can I ask about the gates at the school?
Okay.
Who is responsible for them gates? I've had the wind actually blows a couple of them. I personally went and put them back around and took the chain, wrapped it around the post that it's supposed to be locked to when they're not in school and not closed. Who's responsible for those gates?
When they're blocking off the road, I think they have the kids hook them, so I can see
Yeah, but
that.
I'm saying, okay, middle of the night,
Yeah.
it blows open across the road, and I've opened it back up, so it's not out in the middle of the road. And it's got a chain on it. And you can wrap it around there, and it's got a little bolt hanging in the chain. Because the stops that are on there, they're not gonna stop the wind from them blowing open. I just want to know who's responsible for actually taking care of those gates.
Should we?
That's why we need to call Ezra and make sure we
Contact
got a
those
better
ones.
latch system on them.
Yeah,
Well, are they supposed to be locked open when school's not in?
Yeah, Daryl,
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're supposed to be locked open.
we're gonna call
Locked of
Ezra
some
and see
sort.
if there's a better lock system to it. Or make something better for it.
Well, what I'm saying is they've never been locked.
They just,
They
Not at
just
all.
push it,
All
they
it-
push
all
it
it is-
to
all
that
it is is a
detent
little
pin
thing
and
that
that's
drops
it.
in.
A lever
It's got
system.
the little thing that drops in. That's
And
all.
it's got a chain and a bolt. You wrap that chain around the post and it drop the boat in, the gates won't blow, they won't move.
Look at it.
Yeah.
I mean,
we'll maybe
I
ask
just want to
Kristen
know
make
who's
sure after
actually
they use them
responsible.
to make
Cause
sure
I
they're
can call
not
the boys at Ezra and tell them, cause there's one of the little locks on the one on Hickory Street and Elm toward the Lions Club building. That one, the little detent pin that when the gates open, the braces already fell down, so it won't latch shut anyway, automatically.
Who's gonna call?
I'll call Ezra.
No, not you.
Yeah, we gotta do it, Daryl. We gotta do it because since they were
I
paid
call him.
contractors,
So we've adjusted them through.
You got it. I know.
just have them go around.
They keep blowing open,
Yeah.
and that's why I want to know. They got the chain on there and bolt, they drop it through around the post.
would be-
and bolt.
That would fly open and close.
They close the street down.
That's exactly it.
Right.
You know, in the middle of the night,
They need a way to, you can push it over it.
well, cause I questioned Ezra about it.
What he said.
They had assumed that it was gonna be the chain that's
Mm,
to go around the post. They had assumed that it was gonna be padlocked.
mhm.
So the children in this town,
And that would
God
go
love
to
them,
school.
wouldn't go out there and just shut the gates down for the heck of it.
If they're gonna padlock it at the end of the day, then problem solved, but.
That's the thing, there is a
Told the
chain
children what to
to
do.
wrap it around.
They may not have trained the kids.
Yeah, there's a chain to
Good
wrap it
job
around
today,
and drop the
Warwick.
pin in. That way it
Saves time.
can't
Good
blow
job
up.
for you. He said it would be a good job for you.
do what?
Oh, my
Lock
God.
the chain.
Death.
I can
Make
do
sure
that.
the gates
Death
are
walking to death.
You want them open or closed? I'll fix that permanently.
Well, it's just concerning because if somebody goes down through there and wins, it comes and hits their car, who are they gonna come screaming at?
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
never thought about that being a problem.
If you guys-
Yeah, I can see that.
We have locks that we've ordered, I don't know how many locks now, that are all keyed the same. So we can order 8 locks and put it around the chain, put on there, but we have to give, the school's gonna have to have them,
Yeah.
so many keys. And then, okay, now in the wintertime, if they freeze up, what's, you know, what?
Yeah,
That little
yeah.
kid, that little fifth or sixth, fifth grader out there might not be able to get that open and
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, I'm just,
Yeah, I guess we need to see if Ezra can figure something out.
I
Items
was
for
gonna
the
say,
clerk
it's got a
treasurer?
chain and a bolt.
Amy,
Wrap it around there and drop that bolt in the hole.
About April back there.
The AMI equipment is here and I've spoken to the contractors and they're gonna try and get it all done this year. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Items from the town council.
Nothing this time.
I did the last few days of last week when I come home. I purposely come by Zach Largent's house and stopped at the four-way stop up here. And there, I saw 2 times where there was close to being a wreck. So it'd be about 6:30 when business is picking up.
We're at the,
At,
right here.
around by the canning factory or
Oh,
Washington.
yeah, it's, nobody's sitting out there, it's just non-visibility, you just can't see. So I did call the state highway, I got a gal supposed to call me and give me the name of the guy that put the lights at Darlington at 47 in their little mini mart that flashes, cross traffic, flashing light, don't cross. So I think that would be good.
It would.
But as soon as I get that message, she said it might be after Thanksgiving. I think we should do something to that effect because we're gonna have another wreck there. It's just a matter of time. It's not if, it's gonna happen. One was a semi and a 3-wheel cart on one of the warmer days last week. So it was, Lonnie all over again. I thought, oh my gosh. And it was neither one of them was at fault. You just can't see.
Yeah, I don't know if a flashing sign's gonna help that, but.
Well,
It
I
works
mean,
pretty well.
For
in
people
Darlington.
that live here, we all know the situation.
if you got the
If
lights
it's somebody
flashing
coming
across
through town,
traffic,
maybe, but
I don't know, maybe they can give us some guidance.
So
Mirror
when the
on the
lights are
building, something.
flashing,
You
when
can't go.
cars are coming on the
Mhm.
231 4, those lights
Yeah.
flash. And then when
Right.
they're gone, they,
Yeah. North-south
Stop, right?
traffic would not
Right.
cross.
yeah.
Two
Oh, I see
thirty-four
what you're
traffic
saying.
could,
I just thought you meant one that says.
no,
That's
not a
okay.
yield, no.
Okay.
It, and they have a big sign, and it is a big sign
Nice.
that you can really see.
Traffic approaching is what it says.
Okay, that would be
Have
good.
you seen it, Amy?
Mhm.
Going back, yeah.
Still
So I'll
got
figure
cars,
that out. I'll take a picture of it tomorrow
Yeah.
to show you.
Yeah, that-
still got cars
Yeah.
parking in the yellow too, so,
Yeah.
Do what?
still got cars parking in the yellow, do not park,
Yeah, I know.
so.
Yeah,
We used
But
to have no parking signs.
I've been
Not that
told
that's
that
gonna
there's
help
nothing
either,
we
but
can
at
do
least
about that.
That goes
If the
back
color
on law
blind indicates the
enforcement.
yellow, then
Okay.
a no parking sign from here to corner, like, I don't know.
Okay, so anytime there's been an issue, we're told to call 911 or call dispatch, county
Mhm.
dispatch. Why can't we get the schedule for whoever's on here, get their number and just be, hey, they're parked in the yellow, it's busy, accident's gonna happen, you come take this car. Like, I don't know.
Didn't Hunley say we had to go through 911 though? I thought you brought that up. You
Or
said
dispatch,
you have to go through
you
dispatch.
can call
The
dispatch,
non-emergency number.
and then they can tell,
Gotcha,
hey,
yeah, okay. Maybe we need to start doing that, I don't know. But
And then if they are,
I mean,
like
because the
that.
guys took the time to paint it, it's not like you can't see that it's there,
Mhm.
to not park there. So,
Since it's state highway, complaining to NDOT would be helpful too.
yeah.
okay.
Mhm. I promise you, every little town has one bad corner like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Anyone have anything else? Have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn this meeting.
I'll second that.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you. Wasn't that fun?
Jack, don't run out on me. Hang on a minute.
I didn't have a
Get out of
hearing.
here.
Not here.
Oh.